This is about a man who has his own private radio station on his car radio called the Dave Radio Network. Scientists have been telling us for years that the Earth is getting warmer. They call it global warming. And yet we've had a really cold winter and they blame that on polar vortexes. I don't understand what's going on here. This is the Dave Radio Network.
According to the website Live Science, global warming is the term used to describe the gradual increase in the average temperature of the Earth's atmosphere and oceans, a change that is believed to be permanently changing the Earth's climate. There's a lot of debate among scientists about the topic, but one thing is for certain. In 2013, the combined global land and ocean surface temperature was more than 1 degree Fahrenheit above the 20th century average. And 2013 was the fourth warmest year since record-keeping began in 1880. And if you've ever seen time-lapse photos of how quickly the polar ice cap is melting, you know it looks alarming. Some scientists blame human-caused production of greenhouse gases for this gradual warming, and some scientists paint a bleak picture for the long-term survival of life on Earth as the result of global warming. In a recent survey, 63% of Americans believe the climate is changing, and 53% are worried about the consequences. But in the same survey, 23% of Americans think global warming is just a hoax, and that's up 7%. Climate change is a significant issue. In fact, 13 government agencies are working together and have formed the U.S. Global Change Research Program. Here's what AccuWeather meteorologist Dave Samuel says about a polar vortex. A polar vortex is a swirling mass of air that is around all the time, but usually found around the poles. Recently, different trends in our typical weather pattern have forced it to come down into territories that don't usually see this cold of temperatures. So, global warming is a gradual trend. A polar vortex is a weather aberration.
Well, since we're on the subject of storms, why is it that winter storms have to have a name? We've been naming hurricanes for years, but now we're naming winter storms too?
And now we have a special report from Ray Dio about storm naming. Ray?
Naming storms is the brainchild of the Weather Channel. They have a storm naming committee of 3 people. Winter weather expert Tom Niziol, senior meteorologist Stu Ostro, and senior vice president of global forecasting services for the Weather Channel, Dr. Peter Niley. Every day, the Weather Channel's top global forecasting team evaluates weather patterns during a map briefing. During the briefing, potential storms are identified up to a week ahead. The suspect storm is followed during the daily map briefing, and the storm naming team will meet when they are certain that the system will develop into an impactful storm. The Weather Channel began the practice of naming winter storms last year. They discovered that naming a storm puts everyone in the forecasting and communications businesses on the same page. This is Ray Dio reporting.
That Dave Radio Network always has the answer.
This is the Dave Radio Network signing off. Thank you for tuning in, and please don't forget to subscribe to this channel.